Hello, this is Unlimited Splash, and you might be watching my best video I've ever recorded for getting better at limited magic. Here's the problem: if you want to win booster boxes, pre-releases, or the limited championships, you have to get really good at sealed. But sealed is so random, right? You open 6 boosters, they open 6 boosters, and when you win or lose, you don't know if it's because you did something right or because you got lucky. So here's what I did. I and 3 members of our limited learners community opened 6 booster packs. The same exact 6 booster packs. We each individually built our decks, and here's the thing: you can build right along with us using sealeddeck.tech, the same interface that I'm about to show in a moment. Click in the channel description on the pool, and you can build what you think would be the best deck. Once we had our decks, we had a single elimination tournament for the first prize in the first ever Splash Showdown tournament. I really think this offers a super efficient learning opportunity for getting better at sealed, and I also had a ton of fun recording this video. So I hope you'll build along with us, and if you do, then please let me know in the comments what deck you went with out of our pool and how you think it would have done. All right, let's see the pool. All right, so here is the pool that we are working with. At the mythic rare slot, we rolled a Smaug the Magnificent, one of the top bombs in the format, the 4/3 flying haste for 4. We have a Bjorn the Fierce, the 6/6 for 5 trampler that gives your other bears +2/+2. And when you have 3 bears, well, 2 other creatures that Bjorn turns into bears, you get to draw 2 cards. And then we have another, frankly, mega bomb in the rare slot, Feely the Pathfinder, the 2/2 plus another 2/2 for 4 that is also an anthem if you have an enduring story that also just keeps spitting out 2/2s. And then some rares are not really worth speaking about. Gleaming Splendor, Inside Information, Azog, Through the Forest Gate, Bull's Company, and Sting. Probably not looking to play any of those. We do have some very solid commons and uncommons. So we've got the Mountain King's Return. We have a Bilbo Luckwearer. We have some removal like Gnashing of Teeth. There's also Misty Mountains Raider, which I really like. Double Thorin Oakenshield. We have some Thrower's Maps if we want to get splashy with it. And then in common, we have a massively imbalanced pool with actually way more black cards and way fewer blue cards. But with the triple Nori Teller of Tales plus a Goblin's Plate Mail, my first inclination is to just try out Boros aggro, honestly. So Boros aggro with this pool would look something like this. So we have an incredible number of 2-drops, but I'm going to note, and we do have Smaug the Magnificent. Other than that, I'm not super impressed by the deck's ability to close out games and do, the main thing that aggro decks are supposed to do. I guess we do have a pretty good number of 2-drops. I don't know. I don't really want to play all of these 4-drops. Maybe I cut some of the more expensive stuff here. But I am pretty much playing all of the red and white cards, so I'm not sure that I have that much room to play around with. I also don't know that I really want the Ragged Short Spears in this build. And I will also say I do just kind of feel pretty sad about leaving out Bjorn the Fierce. So I wonder if maybe there is some kind of, let's say, green-red beatdown that we could achieve. I mean, the Thorin Oakenshields are kind of awesome, though, so that really does make me want to be in the Boros space, because you can't really splash that guy. We do also have a lot of pulls into black. I mean, black-green would not be so bad. We have double Night Howl Pursuer, double Ravening Warg, double Stony Voice Goblins, which I think are solid and sealed. Some good removal, double Golem Silent Slinker. We have a great ugly-looking Goblin, which is also solid and sealed. In green, we just don't have that much other than Bjorn the Fierce, right? I mean, we do have a Coral and an Addercop, I guess, and some combat tricks. Duskwatch Hunter is pretty good. Yeah, this is a sweet pool. I'm happy that we rolled this one. Let's take a look at Golgari Beatdown. Okay, this is what Golgari looks like. This actually makes me maybe even more convinced that Golgari is not the way, because, look, I know what's in my opponent's pools because we all have the same pool, and it looks like, it makes me more convinced that Boros is not the way. It looks like Golgari has like as many 2-drops as the Boros aggro build does. The question is, like, can we find a variant of this? Maybe we get to sneak a Smaug into the deck somehow and we're playing some kind of like Jund. And can we find a version of this deck which allows us to play some of these double pipped bombs and also stops the Boros deck in its tracks? I was really tempted by the idea of maybe there's some kind of Gruul beatdown build here, but I just don't really think that it's in the cards. I mean, I kind of peter out around 22 cards, and the curve is just really bad, and I'm playing some total clunkers, so I don't think that this is the way either. I also wanted to think that with the double Grey Dog, double Old Thrush, you could do some kind of a Naya thing, but I just do not think that that this could be correct. Essentially, we would get to play Bjorn the Fierce, Philly the Pathfinder, and Smaug the Magnificent, but at the cost of any kind of consistency in our deck. So I'm kind of landing back on Boros aggro. I will say my main concern about this deck is the curve. I think it's going to be really awkward and chunky. It does have really good creature density, and I don't have to play both short spears, so basically every card is a creature. But against some of the bigger stuff in the deck, I could easily see it just petering out. Because it has 0 removal, if the opponent just plays a single like Mirkwood Pathmaker, I feel like this deck just kind of folds. Maybe I have to play Smaug's Fury or something, but that's just not a good spot to be in. So kind of talking myself out of the Boros aggro plan. I mean, landing a Thor and Oaken Shield on turn 2 consistently would be sweet, but again, against a 4-power Mirkwood Pathmaker on turn 4, I'm just not exactly sure how I'm winning, other than finding Feely and playing it, or finding Smaug and playing it. Okay, this is what I'm closing in on. Something that looks like this, black-red splashing Bjorn, basically, and maybe also I can splash a Mirkwood Pathmaker while I'm at it. I think, so the Golems plus the Night Howl Pursuers are pretty sweet, and then I like Stony Voice Goblins, I like the Ravening Wargs, I like the Great Ugly Looking Goblin. Basically, every card I'm playing is a card that I like. Now, I do need to make one cut still to get down to 24 cards. It might just be, honestly, it might just be O in the Brave. Honestly, maybe I don't need 2 Thror's Map, just 1 Thror's Map and a Ragged Short Spear, and that's kind of a nice balance. Yeah, I think that's kind of a nice balance. Goblin Plate Mail is a creature, so it's still a highly assertive deck. Yeah, just jund it up, play a single forest, and think, so 1 forest means 1, 2, 3, 4 green sources. I don't know, the Bjorn is still a tricky splash, but look, I have Smaug for treasures, also Dory for treasures. I think I dare to try it. I think I'm interested in the result of the experiment. I could also play an Old Thrush, but I think I'd rather just play my other Thror's Map. Okay, so play Thror's Map instead of Ragged Short Spear and a single forest. Yeah, against the beatdown decks, I think I'm feeling okay. I think I'm feeling okay. But this one actually is access to removal. It gets to play 2 of the 3 bombs. I'm not going to also try splashing white for Feely, I don't think. I do feel a little crummy leaving out the really good white pieces, but what can you do? Now, if you built along with us, before I jump into my games with Axel, I want to say make sure that you don't forget to put the deck that you built into the comments here. I would love to see how everybody built, and let me know kind of what was going through your mind when you built your deck that way. If you do want to be part of the tournament next time that this happens, I really, really hope everyone enjoys this, and to make this a recurring series, the thing to do is to click join, and you can see the perks that channel members get. One of the perks for being a channel member is participation in events like this. So join as a channel member if you're already a member, and a huge thank you and shout out to our channel members. Then please make sure that you are in the Discord. Join the Discord once you become a member. In fact, everybody join the Discord, but when you're a member, DM me and let me know that you're a member so that you can see the announcements for these kinds of events. And of course, not everyone can become a channel member. I hope if you're not subscribed to the channel, you'll at least subscribe and join us on this learning journey. As I always say, I do not ever run ads in the middle of videos. Everyone else is putting a dog food ad here, something about a burglar alarm for your house. I don't do that stuff. All that I do is ask for a humble subscription. Maybe a membership if you can swing it, but hey, just a humble subscription is good for me. All right, let's get into those games with Axel. All right, match 1, I'm going up against Axel in a tough best of 3 match. Let's see what build he went with. I am not super confident in my build. I feel like, I don't know, maybe the Boros aggro deck is better and will just run me over. Going with Smaug and Bjorn over Feely was a tough choice, but I think this is just where it leads me. Feely's not so good on the splash. Okay, we have Bjorn in our opening hand, so we're gonna have to find another way to get that second black, but Smaug is going to be able to, or the second green, but Smaug is going to be able to get the second green for us. Oh, nice, we actually have our second green mana online. It looks like Axel went with black. Black-red, whoa, okay, did we build the same, the same deck? That would be really funny if everyone just, because I think this pool was actually pretty not straightforward, right? So maybe I shouldn't give him the info about red just yet. Nah, I think he can know about the red, because I might actually search up a mountain. Give him a little nice there, because we both have a Ravening Warg. Now he knows that I'm Jund already, actually, right? Because of the Mirkwood. I played a black green land already. All right, another black from Axel. He has to know that I'm splashing Bjorn at this point. He has to know that. Going in with the Ravening Warg, very interesting. Makes me wonder why he's offering this trade. I'm inclined to not block. I don't exactly know what's happening here, so I think I can just play it cool for a moment and take that. Down comes Owen the Brave. Was he trying to make room for Owen the Brave? Okay, this is actually fantastic. So I can go Roar's Map, tutor up a mountain, play Mirkwood. I'm going to attack because I'm priced into not blocking at this point. I already took the 2. And then we're looking to attack with Smaug next turn. Of course, he can see that coming because we have the same pool. Great ugly looking goblin, so he's going to amass. Sure, that makes sense. All right, so he does not have a removal spell in hand. All right, take some pain here. Play the Smaug. Now, am I going to offer the trade? I think no. It would gain me some life, but sure, I'll deal 0 damage to his army. Okay. I'm a little concerned that he knew exactly what was going on, and now he gets to just remove my Smaug. That would be a bit unfortunate for me. Would the Boros aggro deck be doing better here? Very possibly. We're feeling good if he doesn't have a bunch of removal spells, right? All right, this time I think I'm going to block Owen, take the other 4. Okay, he tapped one of his swamps. Pinecone, we don't have a Pinecone Strike. Bilbo's Deadly Sword. Oh man, what does this do? So this thing gets plus something. Okay. So we got rid of his Owen. I could play Bjorn the Fierce. I kind of want to just play the Stony Voice Goblins. I'm not wanting to block with Bjorn, right? I can block down the Ravening Warg with my Stony Voice Goblins. Can I sacrifice something? I probably want to kill Golem more than anything else. Okay, I think I'm going to underplay for the moment. We can just play the Stony Voice Goblins and then fix our mana a little bit. Or fix our hand a little bit with Thor's Map. Because I'm pretty close to dead. Oh, he's also playing the Thor's Map. That's so funny. I am pretty close to dead. I don't know. Maybe this was a little bit too passive. But I'll attack him, zap him for 1. So basically next turn, if we generate a treasure, then we get to shoot down one of his creatures. So I'll just play this and pass for now. If he can kill my Stony Voice Goblin, this is when it enters. Yeah, okay. It can't be blocked by tokens. Okay, but I don't have a token. All right, so I'm going to be chumping that Ravening Warg for sure. All right, he does gain some HP. I guess that's a little annoying. So I'll just chump there. Take the rest. Take 3. Yeah, that hurts. All right, John discard. That doesn't help me very much. Make a treasure. Oh, Night Owl. That's actually pretty awesome. So I think I'm going to go Smaug, Bjorn, put the counter on the, or put the bear token on the Night Owl. This thing costs 3 to equip. Yeah, I think I want to kill the Ravening Warg more than I want to kill Duskwatch Hunter. So let's go in with Smaug, shoot the Ravening Warg. That feels good. Next, bonk him for 4. Oh no, this is at the beginning of combat. What am I doing? Whoopsies. My bad, my bad, my bad. I'm just blundering everywhere. Play this. Play the Bjorn. And then do I actually stir up trouble on something? I'm not quite dead. He would need 2 removal spells and to equip 2 things to kill me, so I think no. I'm gonna give him an oops. He knows I'm a decent person and I'm not oopsing him. I'm oopsing me because I forgot to Bjorn my Smaug before combat, or Bjorn my Night Owl Pursuer. That was a complete blunder. That was just a complete blunder, everybody. Okay, he's playing Golem. I think that's good news for me. So does he have a stir up trouble is the question. Looks like he has it. It looks like, no, he doesn't. Okay. So then I get to go to combat, buff my Smaug, in with this guy, shoot him for 3. Yeah, I did not deserve this win. I did not deserve this win. GG. Wow. Yeah, no, I did not deserve that one. But okay, I just drew my Smaug and then drew my Bjorn. All right, going to sideboards. It's a best of 3 match. All right, what do we want to do with our sideboard here? So it looks like he's playing a super similar deck. I wonder if I want to get one step faster. He was running the Ragged Short Spears, which makes a lot of sense. He was also running the Thor's maps. So maybe he's a little lower on creatures. I might want to bring in, I don't know, I'm thinking like maybe could Gloin be a good one? He had some amass going on. I don't really want to do a transformative sideboard, to be honest. But to get one step faster, I'm probably not going to put in Dwarven Mauler because I have no equipment. I'm definitely not. But maybe I do put in like a Tidings of War and cut. What's a slower card here? Maybe like Owen is just not that good for me. Let's see. What do you do when you win a match where you didn't deserve it and you know you didn't deserve it? I feel like I liked the splash. I mean, it worked perfectly that game. I think Golem the Abandoned is exactly where I want to be at. I'm wondering if I can make room for like a Gundabad Opportunist or something. I mean, you know what I could do is just get really aggro. What if, actually, this is kind of genius. What if I just cut the green splash because I know that he's going maybe one step slower than I am? What if I cut the Bjorn and I just go pure like Nori Teller of Tales? Like cut both green cards, cut the Mirkwoods, cut the Throws maps. I actually kind of like that idea. Now that he's seen what I'm doing, he might be expecting me to be way more, have like way more removal targets, right? So if I can just cut the double Throwers map and cut the 2 green payoffs, then I can go actually properly aggressive with like maybe a Ragged Short Spear, and he didn't see any combat tricks from me, so he might not be playing around one. Maybe I can even just play Smaug's Fury. Nah, it's probably just too bad. Maybe I play Gloin and 1 Ragged Short Spear. Kind of want to get the other Ragged Short Spear in there somehow. Is that possible? Yeah, honestly, I could just play 16 lands with this build. That kind of makes sense. Yeah, let's actually just try this. I like this idea. I don't want to do the full transformative sideboard all the way over to Boros, but I think just playing super fast black-red looks like it might be good against him. So let's try this. All right, so I'm just going to go with this pure black-red aggression. On to game 2. All right, folks, what do we think about this hand? It looks horrible to me. It looks absolutely horrible to me. I mean, technically, I have 2 different 2-drops, essentially. But I just don't think I'm supposed to keep 3 black in this deck, so I'm going to mull. This looks better. I obviously need to find that 3rd land at some point. I probably can put back... Probably want to... I mean, like, I think I just keep the Bilbo's Deadly Slice because if I draw any land, I can cast it. I think I just put back Nori because Ravening Warg is the superior 2-drop. And, alright, that's our 3rd land. Perfect. And we're just going to try to curve out and beat down. That's the one goal of this deck. Alright, Ravening Warg on 2. He's really good at casting Ravening Warg on 2, I've noticed. So in with the Pursuer, which has Menace, so just sneak in there. This time I actually probably will just block with the Ravening Warg. It looks like he can use it pretty nicely. So I think I'll take that trade. It did look like he was splashing something, right? I wonder if he's splashing Feely because I didn't see what the other color was and he was playing Thor's map. Aha! Gotta keep him guessing, right? He thinks he can just sneak past me with those Ravening Wargs because he did it one time. No, no, no. Here on Unlimited Splash, we like to switch it up, right? Okay, that's kind of sweet. I think I can go Dory and save the Stony Voice Goblins. And Dory, probably I do just trade with the Duskwatch Hunter if he attacks with it, because I'm ahead a card. Well, actually I'm mulligan, so I'm not ahead a card, but I'm gonna Stony Voice Goblins him, and then I have a removal spell after that. He's highlighting it. Is it the Golem? Might be Golem. Put a counter on it. But if you put a counter on it, you probably cannot attack me, right? And then it becomes a pretty juicy Deadly Slice target. Looks like we're gonna get Golemed right after this, but I'm gonna make this trade. I know I'm just blocking and 1-for-1 trading everything, and that seems to be what he wants me to do. Oh, Gundabad Opportunist. I don't think I'm running those guys. Not for any, like, amazing reason, but... Yeah, okay, this is awkward. This is awkward. So I can deadly slice his Gundabat Opportunist, but we know for a fact he's got a Smaug in that deck. Oh, the black arrow. I really don't want to be double blocking Gundabat Opportunist, do I? I think we're just priced into taking 4 next turn, unfortunately. If he Smaugs me, well, he doesn't have the second red, so he could very well have a Smaug sitting in his hand. Okay, do I want to kill... So 5... What's more dangerous to my health? A 5-3 or a 4-3 Menace? Yeah, looks like we're going down this game, doesn't it? I mean, my deck's supposed to be the aggro one. I can't counter it has an eligible target, so I can't blink that. I think I do just deadly slice this. I can't blink that card just by killing it in response. Yeah, now I need to draw something good, right? Oh, that's not something good. All right. I don't have Thror's map. I don't have any landfall triggers, so I guess I might as well just play this out. Okay. Hey, maybe the Jund deck is just way better. Yeah, maybe I should have just stuck with the Jund deck while I could have. Yeah, taking 4. Great ugly looking goblin. Hello there, my friend. So I could technically play that, swing in with the Night Howl Pursuer. Obviously, I really want to get the value out of it. But is it better to just race? I don't think so, because the 2/2 can block down the Ravening Ward. Or I can double block killing Golem. That sounds probably even wiser. No matter what, I highly doubt this Night Howl Pursuer is going to be blocking, so I think I just attack with that and end. Maybe I should have played it because I know he has Stony Voice Goblins in his pool, if not in his deck. Okay, he does not have Storied with Owen. All right, here, yeah, let's just try to get that Golem. Look, if he has Bilbo's Deadly Slice, GG, like, very nicely played. All right, he does not have it, so I feel better about that. Another land. That's not what I want. All right. And then I guess I just pursue him. Obviously, 3 damage is better than a 1/1 blocker. If he attacks with Ravening Warg, I'm not blocking. If he Smaugs me here, then youch. Okay, glowing. Interesting stuff. So I can... Okay, this is kind of brutal. Let's attack with the Night Howl Pursuer. If he decides to double block it, I get to put 2 damage, 1 damage on the Warg, 2 damage on Owen. I hope he double blocks. That would be amazing for me. I don't think that he will, but I hope he does. All right. He knows about my Glowin. Do I just play it is the question. So his Owen is about to help him filter. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be blocking with Owen. I think I just play this. Maybe I should have attacked with the Great Ugly Looking Goblin because of that. Actually, now that I think about it. No, because I wanted to give him the opportunity to mess up and double block, right? Pretty nice for him that he gets card selection, but now we do have the larger creatures, but Ravening Warg is so good with Death Touch over there. Tight game of Magic. This is cool. It's almost like we had the same pool. All right. Misty Mountain Raider, thank you for showing up here. Do I just attack with the team? What happens? I attack with the team. He blocks Glowin with Dory. He blocks the Goblin with the Warg, and he takes 3, and I get to amass 2. That just sounds good, right? Can I improve on that by just attacking with Glowin and Night Howl Pursuer, for example? Kind of like the idea of my Goblin army getting Menace, so maybe I don't want to send in the Great Ugly Looking Goblin just yet. Maybe I just attack with Night Howl Pursuer. Is that a weird idea? Because if he double blocks, I'm either killing Owen or I'm killing Ravening Warg. Maybe I don't care so much about trading down Glowin, to be quite honest. I think that might be right. I think I send in Glowin and Night Howl Pursuer. Quite a top deck from yours truly. Very proud of that one. So I'll go in with these 2. Technically, Glowin maybe gets me 1 more amass. Yeah. I don't care. I'm just going in with both. I don't think it's going to come down to so many turns that Glowin's amass matters. Like, I can just attack with a 4/4 Menace next turn, assuming that Misty Mountain Raider survives, if I think it does, which I think it will. Because he doesn't seem to have a removal spell right now. Of course, he does get to keep selecting with Owen. But I think it's good for us to just be swinging in with so much menace. Oh, there's a Dwarven Mauler. Yeah, I chose not to play that one. I know that I think he's probably playing both Ragged Short Spears, though. I know he's playing at least one of them. And then you've also got the 2-1 menace for 2, the Goblin Plate Mail. So it makes sense. It makes sense that he's playing that. I just kind of felt like I did not have quite enough equipment to do it. Okay, Bilbo's Deadly Slice. So he did find the removal. All right. Yeah, that's a little annoying for me. I won't lie. I think I want to Duskwatch Hunter on the 3/3 menace and crack in for 6. I'm glad that I'm now drawing a lot of gas. For a while, I was not drawing too much gas. Now I am. But my opponent's Owen the Brave is putting in so much work for him. I don't know. I just wish I was doing a bit more of an unlimited splash. I will admit. Attack, attack. Still more than happy to trade with Owen or Ravening Warg. Either one is good for me. And I don't think that he can just take. Maybe he does. I'm definitely preferentially killing Owen over Ravening Warg. It just means that he doesn't have any dead draws, and that's so good. So let's kill that Owen. Whew. Wait, he didn't want to discard. Oh, that's bad for me. He did not discard before damage. So he likes whatever that card was, I think. Could have been a mistake, but I think that probably means that he likes whatever that card was. I think I actually put the counter. Let's see. This is so much gas. I'm getting so lucky. I'm sorry, Axel. I've started the game out pretty unlucky. So this gives this menace and this has menace. So this is a lethal attack. Yeah, ouch. I got really lucky. What can I say? GG's, Axel. You put up a worthy fight. All right, so the winner of the Cam versus Avalanche game was Cam. So now I reverted to my original build with the green splash and the Bjorn, even though it's a little bit sketchy. And now I'm going to be battling Cam, and we have no idea what his deck looks like. So I'm hoping to see something very different. It would be nice to see like Boros or something like that. Let's jump into it. Oh, that's so funny. The deck boxes give away some of the cards in our deck. I didn't notice that. He's playing the rock that when you play it, you scry 2, filters mana, and then 7 attack, destroy target permanent. Not non-land permanent, importantly. He could come from my mana base. Okay, like the hand. I like the hand. That does suggest that he's getting splashy with it and not Boros aggroing. Do we even have that card in our pool, though? I don't remember seeing that in the pool. But then again, it's not a card that I would honestly clock. All right, so he mulliganed and is on the play with a swamp. All right. Yeah, I guess I actually open with a swamp then as well. Having a 1-drop into 2-drop is pretty good, right? Do I go Goblin? Oh, so he mulliganed and has only black mana. Now, what I know about Cam is that he likes card quality. He's someone who will just calmly fashion a better and better hand every turn. And I think he's going to avoid risky trades. He doesn't seem like someone who likes to trade down on material. I think he likes to establish an advantage and then press it. He was on Splash Champs, so I got to watch him play. But then again, he has the advantage of watching me play a little bit more than I've watched him play, I think. But yeah, I mean, just putting down a 2/2, I think kind of shuts down his attacks. And then I actually want to... Is it so wrong of me to Thror's Map here? Oh, you know what I can do is I can Mirkwood Thror's Map for a mountain. He is going to know exactly what is going on. I'm just going to hold back the 2/2. Actually, do I just get aggro with it? Well, he could just play a 4-drop. That's the thing, is he could just play a 4-drop next turn and then get to attack with the Ravening Warg. So I'm going to Thror's Map here. It might be that I'm supposed to hold back the Smaug, because now he knows exactly what 2 red means in this pool, right? He knows exactly what that means. Let's give him a little one of these. All right. Ordinary Bear, exactly. So by not attacking with the 2/2, we prevented him from attacking with Ravening Warg and just immediately gaining his life back. Thor's Map is a legendary. I never even knew that. That is so funny. Okay. Well, that's probably fine. So we don't even need the other Thor's Map. I'm just going to go in with Smaug. Hopefully, I get to make a treasure. I think I can also just attack with Night Howl Pursuer here. If he wants to double block, that's fine. Hopefully, I get to make a treasure. Commit a crime against him. And... okay, I'll take the trade. He's probably just protecting his life total. Maybe that means he doesn't have a removal spell. Folks, when you play your viewers, always draw your mega bombs naturally. That is the secret. If you're playing your viewers, draw your bombs. Okay, kind of thought he might have a Bilbo's Deadly Slice for just such an occasion. I do still have a forest that I can fetch with Thrower's Map. Again, he's going to know exactly what that means, which is really funny. So I think I do just play the Thrower's Map, get the Enters trigger, play a Ravening Warg, so that I can do... I mean, the other thing is, I guess I could play... No, there's really nothing else to do, right? So play the Thrower's Map, yes. Auto pay. This is so funny. Get a forest, play the forest, might as well attack, and then I'll just play a Death Toucher. Your ordinary bear is no match for my Death Toucher, Cam. So his Mirkwood can target the bear, right? So that's something to know about. Okay, we did have a Giant's Boulder in the pool. I'm learning this now. Actually, he's not that far from killing Bjorn the Fierce with the Giant's Boulder. That's kind of embarrassing for me. So maybe I kind of want to slow roll it on the whole Bjorn the Fierce situation. One top, one bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Especially if he plays a land this turn. Then he's only one turn away from Giant's Bouldering my Bjorn. I don't like that at all. Will he attack? I'm guessing no. It would be a surprise. I think I want to play out the Great Ugly Looking Goblin as bait. The problem is, you know, he's a smart character and he knows what's in my pool. So he knows when I fetch that second green that I'm Bjorning it up. It's no mystery to him. Okay, that's a chunky one. I'm also playing that card. So I could go Great Ugly Looking Goblin and attack. I could also go Bjorn the Fierce, but that actually does not allow me to attack. So I think we go Goblin attack. And I do have him at low enough HP that he's kind of on the back foot. I could have taken that ordinary bear swing on the theory that he's got something going on with the fact that he offered to trade a 4/5 for a 2/2. Clearly, he's cooking up some idea. But the thing is, I'm pretty close to just attacking for lethal. If I play Bjorn the Fierce, put a trample counter on the Goblin, he might have something to back it all up with here, though. Hopefully it's not... Okay, well, he did not play a Bjorn, so that's evidence that he does not have Bjorn in hand, because he would have played it before combat, unless he's as thick as I am. Last game, just not playing my Bjorn. Or 2 games ago. Okay, so I want to go Bjorn the Fierce, put a trample counter on the Great Ugly Looking Goblin, force some awkward blocks, then play a Ravening Warg, which was a very sweet draw, by the way. It is possible that I slow rolled it way too much. So in with these two. He blocks there, takes 6 damage. Unfortunately, bear count goes back down to 1. Then I play a Death Toucher, which is just a wonderful answer to the Mirkwood Pathmaker. That's why Ravening Warg is so good. And then Mirkwood can actually pop onto any creature that I deem a bear with Bjorn, right? So maybe I should have put the counter onto the 2/2 because it's worth more total damage in the long run. Because it couldn't be blocked that turn and he still would have blocked the 4/4. I did it to trample over for 4, but actually 2 turns of Mirkwood on the Goblin army is the same as 1 turn of 4 damage on the soldier. It's too bad that this doesn't put +1/+1 counters, or it would have given the thing menace. Actually, could I have killed him with popping Mirkwood instead of playing Bjorn? No. It would have been 2 more damage. I should have considered it, but it would have only been 2 more damage. Stir up trouble on Bjorn. No, why do you do it to me? Oh. Cam, you're banned from watching this channel. I'm sorry. Okay, so you are a wolf. So I can wolf you up if I want to. But he has to trade. That would make him specifically have to trade with Ravening Warg. So let's start by filtering a card in our hand. Mirkwood Pathmaker is nice to back that up with. It's interesting. So the question is, do I Mirkwood onto Ravening Warg to make him have to trade rather than just eating my 2/2? Another option would just be play the Mirkwood Pathmaker, attack with Ravening Warg, and I'm still basically forcing a trade without even using my Mirkwood. The thing is, I can't really use Mirkwood after that because I have no more Wargs left. Bear, Spider, or Wolf. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to pitch some random land. What are the odds that he just has a removal spell? If he has a removal spell, it's a disaster for me if I pop Mirkwood onto Ravening Warg and attack with both, because he can just kill whatever he wants to. So I'm just going to play the Mirkwood Pathmaker and attack with Ravening Warg. All right, in with the Warg. I gain 2, which is actually could be very relevant. This is the more patient way of playing. The problem is... Oh, long-bodied gray dog. That's so funny. Okay, that kind of punishes me for not using the Mirkwood, right? Definitely hold the swamp for Thror's map purposes. The Thror's map is what is giving me hope here, right? So is he just on pure Golgari? That's really interesting, yeah. I looked at Golgari, I just didn't like the curve very much. Okay, so I'll start by drawing and discarding another Mirkwood. Wow, that's kind of ugly. And then he just top decked, so we go in with both. If he top decked an actual removal spell, like, good job. I mean, and I'll play my Mirkwood, because there's some world where I draw Wolf and then pop 2 Mirkwoods, but he needs to deal with 2 threats here, so I think that we... Oh, I never unmuted him, my bad. He could have been talking to us this whole time. I don't think there's a card that deals with 2 threats. He could have draw 2, but that draw 2 spell loses you 2 life. Yeah, GG Cam, GG. Good game. Once again, just draw Bjorn and Smaug. That is the secret, my friends. Okay, so our deck is looking like the following. This is the deck right here. And then the question is, do we want to sideboard anything? So what I'm showing here is my last deck. I've felt much better about the green build than about this black-red aggro build. I felt like the black-red aggro build, I just got lucky against Axel. I just drew better than I had any right to in that second game. I'm liking the Thror's map, even though I know now that they are legendary. It's just so funny. I also think that, yeah, I don't think that the aggro version is going to be that great against him. Like, Mirkwood Pathmaker is so good against the Noris, the Tidings of War, this kind of thing. He's just going to have creature side. I have to imagine he's playing, like, Old Fat Spider, the Wanderers, maybe this Bjorn, and of course the other Bjorn. He's got his Ordinary Bear. I wonder if Dreaded Backcloud is actually good because of evasion. Yeah, maybe I should be playing the Dreaded Backcloud. What would I cut for that? Let's see. I think maybe Glowing the Mighty lines up really badly against him because it's like a 4-3 for 4 when he's playing 4-5s for 4. Okay, yeah, I like that sideboard decision. Actually, I would love to be playing the Warg tactics purely for like bomb protection reasons. Giving things hexproof sounds good, but I think I like my red more than I like the green still. Yeah, okay, I think I'm good with this. I took a long time to sideboard, so he's going to be expecting a transformative sideboard. Now, honestly, if I lose this one, maybe I'll just try the Boros aggro build, just for like some variety. All right, I need to focus up and win because I want to be the first winner of the Splash Showdown, obviously. Thror's map is looking good. I probably do have to spend it on a black. Okay, never mind. Never you mind. So I'm going to go turn 2 Thror's map for a green. Okay, he's only got green mana this time. Interesting. Okay, he's also Thror's mapping it up. I've been through so many iterations of the legend rule, I don't even know. Half the time, the first thought in my mind is like, then he's gonna have to sacrifice it if I play it. But they're both Bilbo. They're both named Bilbo, so I have to sacrifice one of them, right? Even if they're different Bilbo cards. That's how that works, right? Okay. Gotta keep him guessing. Oh, that is going to eat probably just a sorcery speed Gnashing of Teeth. I love the idea of playing Dory to kickstart my Smaug. But yeah, let's just get rid of that guy. Let's get rid of that guy, shall we? And not be returned with Gathering of Darkness for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's exiled. Number 2, we do not have Gathering of Darkness in our pool. All right, Long-Bodied Grey Dog at sorcery speed, but it makes a tapped treasure token, so it will not help you play something. Oh, it will help you play something. I get it. I get it. I get it. I probably just cannot attack with Smaug because of that. So that's a little annoying. Let's play Dory. Yeah. It would be nice if he plays something that I can deal 1 damage to productively. Or maybe I can tempt him to block with his Grey Dog. That could be nice. Yeah, kind of shuts down my Smaug. Oh, yeah, your Reacher is getting tapped, huh? I don't think we have... Oh, yeah, there could be... No, I don't... Oh, yeah, he could be playing the +1/+1 trick, right? I need to think about that. All right, is it Smaug time, finally? He has enough that he can... He could play a 2-drop, or he could loot it, on my turn if he wants to. Oh, what? Okay, that's surprising. I mean, it's the right thing to do, but it surprised me. So I can take 8 here, right? I think that's fine. I could, you know, one thing to do would just be to play it cool and just play a Smaug and then loot. No, because that would require sacking a treasure, which is so wasteful. Well, let's play the land. Look like we're going to play a Bjorn to get him nice and scared. And I think I'd just play Misty Mountain Raider. And the reason that I'm doing it this way is next turn I can go Bjorn plus Smaug plus Bilbo's Deadly Slice. I wish I could play Bjorn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Okay, you get a mountain from me. And it's gonna just put more cards in play. I might even get an attack in. I don't really want to lose my mountains though, do I? I mean, lose my treasures when I'm about to Smaug him. Yeah, interesting. So he's gonna let me trade. He's gonna let me trade for that golem if I want to, which I think I don't want to. I think we just go Smaug swing. If he has Quarrel, which I believe is in our pool, I do have a Bilbo's Deadly Slice for just such an occasion. Warg Tactics. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Siding it in. I think I do just attack because I'm not able to block. He's gonna block with Golem. I could have killed the Golem, but I think I need my Bilbo's Deadly Slice to kill that dreaded Bat Cloud. And then we're just in top deck mode, right? Everybody is just gonna be looting every turn. This is funny. That's cool. Yeah, Warg Tactics is really good against Smaug, eh? But now I'm just digging for Bjorn. The only problem is he's also digging for Bjorn. Until I see that Bjorn, I don't want to use my Bilbo's Deadly Slice. But the thing is, he just played multiple bombs. He played the dreaded Bat Cloud is kind of a bomb, and Mirkwood Pathmaker, which is kind of a bomb. So I don't really think I have the luxury of not using my removal, because this thing's just going to kill me. Oh, he's splashing blue. That's interesting. Actually, don't even know what he would be splashing blue for. Okay, we can resolve that. I'll lose the swamp. Go to attacks. And then I think I just need to kill that thing. I don't think that I can be patient here. All right, let's draw something amazing, please. Okay, Ravening Warg, you say. All right, I probably will just draw and discard. Oh, hey, Bjorn. I mean, I would have liked to play that Ravening Warg, but I'd say Bjorn is a higher priority. Hopefully, okay, he has both the Stony Voice Goblins in our pool on the battlefield. Just don't play a Bjorn. That would be annoying. If you play a Bjorn, I'm going to be sad. I'm also playing a Bat Cloud, by the way. And he also can fashion his hand. He will eventually draw a Bjorn for sure. It is a Bjorn! Are you kidding? Well, when you have the same pool, this kind of thing is going to happen. The problem is he got it out first. So now he's going to get to draw the cards first. But yeah, I'll play my Bjorn. Yeah, okay, that's funny. Give him one of these. Now, does he have a removal spell? Oh, Bilbo's Deadly Slice. So he's doing a blue splash with the Bjorns. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, he's got me, right? I'll let him do his thing, but there's no coming back from this. What can I learn from him? I mean, I played like tons of threats and tons of removal. What went wrong for me in this game? Started Bat Cloud Golem. What went wrong for me? It's just that he got the Bjorn down one turn earlier, right? I think if I'd drawn my Bjorn instead of the Ravening Warg and played it, then he probably found his removal previously though. But we found the same amount of removal, right? We both had a slice and we had the same number of threats. I guess it's just that I didn't stick the Smaug and he did stick the Bjorn. That's kind of the difference in the game. Well, let's not show him our dreaded back cloud. I think I'm going to do a transformative sideboard now. I want to see how this Boros aggro deck works. Honestly, it just doesn't, right? The truth is it just doesn't quite work. The moment he plays a Pathfinder or an Ordinary Bear, I think I'm just cooked. What can I do to be the one who is landing the threats more frequently? Honestly, I think I shouldn't overreact. It was like we just drew very similar cards in just exactly the wrong sequence for me. So I think I'll just run it out again. I don't think there's really something that I can change. I mean, there are plenty of things that I can change, but I don't think that that loss was caused by one thing to change. Being on the play might actually really help. Yeah, I can definitely keep this. It's a little awkward, but I can definitely keep this one. Essentially, turn 2, great ugly looking goblin. Turn 3, we're gonna throw his map and fix our mana issues, ramp ourselves out. We can not quite throw his map, play the land, and do the golem thing, but unless we find a swamp, which we do not want to do, this is perfectly fine. Just pitch a Thor's map. Okay, nice. So I can actually find a... do I want to find a green to jumpstart my way towards Bjorn, or do I want to find a red? It's got to be a green, right? So I do this. Find a green. I'm doing all this before combat, but I'm assuming that he's not going to be blocking this anyways. Target. In for 3. There's no way he was going to be chumping, so... Or there's no way that changed his mind about whether or not to chump. And we do actually still have a pretty good amount of gas. Because we have the menacey goblin and stuff. Ooh, don't mind that. All right, play the land in for 3. What has he got? Cannot be Bilbo's Deadly Strike, right? Slice. You would not do that to the 3/3. Long-bodied gray dog. That's fine. Is he gonna double block? Interesting. When I'm about to play a 4/3 menace? Interesting. I guess that means he has a removal spell. Alright, golem it up. I hope he doesn't have a removal spell because I'm about to Misty Mountain Raider attack with golem. I hope he just plays some random ordinary bear or something. He does have 5 mana at his disposal. Alright. Someone's about to get deadly sliced, I predict. But it's not like I'm supposed to not play this, right? He's not going to let me go to attackers. No way. Yeah, it was a deadly slice. Yeah, but it's not like I'm supposed to hold back, because if I do, then he's going to deadly slice the golem. We're just trying to press an advantage here. So he can't play Bjorn. Inside information. Wow. Okay. Well, I don't mind that those are the cards that he got. What is it? You may pay life equal to its mana value rather than pay its mana cost. I didn't even consider playing this, so this is interesting. This is what learning is made of, right, folks? You may play those cards. He already played a land, I assume, to get X as high as possible. So if he plays Golem, it's kind of interesting. Playing Golem, he's paying 2 life to play it, and then he drains me for 2. Not a very racing thing. Like, not... He's behind in the race, so it's not consistent with his position to do that, is what I'm saying, right? So in for 4. Play a land, and I'll just play the face-up card here. Backing it up with a removal spell. Yeah, so Inside Information was 5 mana and 2 HP to play a Night Howl Pursuer. I'm assuming that card can be better. If he had ripped Smaug Bjorn, then I might be singing a very different tune. But that's about what I think this card tends to be on average. And it looks like we do not quite have lethal, but pretty close to it. So I'm going to pay 4 to get rid of that potential blocker. I can't put a counter on either of these, so I can't give that thing menace. Even if I could, they could double block, so... Or he could double block. Alright, and then, yeah, just play my hand out. We don't have a board wipe in the pool, to my knowledge, and that's just an extra menace creature. So it looks like it's probably hard for him to recover. My issue with the Golgari deck was the curve. So I will say, I think that's consistent with my idea that the Rakdos deck would just be able to do that kind of thing, and the Golgari deck might get a little bit chunky. But I'm curious to hear what was in his hand. Well, we'll debrief right now. All right, so we are going to do some deck tech and figure out how everybody built it differently. Avalanche, why don't you walk us through your deck?
All right. So, hello everyone. I ended up with a black green, no splash, kind of aggressive deck here. When I first looked at the pool, I realized there was literally almost no blue cards that interested me. So I cut blue out of the equation very quickly. I did also look at the fixing. Actually, I should start with that. That's why I looked at first. And there was a couple black-green lands, a couple blue-green lands, a white-blue land. You had a couple of thrush. You had a couple long-bodied gray dogs. There was a Giant's Boulder, if you wanted to filter that way. So there was definitely some room to get splashy. And what I decided was, I thought, hey, I'm on Unlimited Splashes sealed event, kind of. And I said, you know what? A lot of people are going to get splashy. So I'm going to go with a pretty straightforward, aggressive black-green deck. I considered trying to, splash for some of the bombs. There was Feely, there was Smog. There was a couple other decent cards to splash for. But I decided to just go pretty straightforward, try to get aggressive. Inside information, we had talked a little bit about it too in my first match. But it's interesting because you know the pool available for all the players, so you can kind of play towards what you think, especially once you see the colors they're playing, what's in their deck. So that was pretty interesting. We got that off a couple times in my first match. It was really close. My opponent ended up taking it 1-2 in the first match, and then I ended up losing 1-2 in the second match as well. But yeah, I thought I just went with the straightforward build, try to get aggressive, and that's where I ended up.
My main issue with the Golgari build was that when I put it together, the curve looked really bad. But it looks like you found a way better version of it. I guess that great ugly looking goblin all the way on the right is technically a 2-drop. And you also left out the 2 Stony Voice goblins. So you could even have been a little bit more curvier if you wanted to be, which kind of surprises me.
Very true. Good points. I also think at least one copy of Thor's map would have been a good addition. Our third game came down to top deck mode. They had Thor's map out, and they went through it a lot quicker than I did to get the answers out there.
Was that against Axel in match 2?
No, that was match 1 against Cam.
Okay, so everyone was playing Thor's map.
Yeah, except me.
Except you, yeah. That's funny. Yep. Awesome. Cool. Thanks for walking us through it.
Absolutely.
Do you want to recap, you and Cam, do you want to recap what happened in the one game that I missed? Or one of the 2 matches that I missed?
Yeah, absolutely. So game 1 of our match, it was pretty back and forth. He was on the play, I was on the draw. We were both trying to play pretty aggressively, and he overran me in it. Game 2, we both ended up on a Malta 6, and it was very close. And then I was able to inside information for a couple threats. It was able to take it. And then game 3, I was up like 15-3 maybe in life. And then he was able to just completely take over, which I don't want to give away his splash of the deck, but it came in huge. But I'll let him talk about that when he goes over his build.
Awesome. All right, so that was Avalanche's build. Axel, walk us through what you did. I mean, we saw a little bit of it game 1, but tell us, the magic behind the deck.
Well, I saw there was a good build for Rakdos here, and Rakdos is pretty strong in this format, as I've seen so far. The green with the Bjorn was, I really wanted to splash it, which I just like Unlimited did. I saw it played against me. Yeah, I figured there. I mean, it's hard not to play Smog when it's in the build. So we had Smog in there, and Black had some okay removal. Misty Mountain Raider is just every time it's played, it just seems like a really good card.
Oh yeah.
I did have one Thor's map, which did come in handy as for some looting. Inside information, I actually had the pre-release and the physical one. I had really good luck with this card, and so I put it in this, and I never drew it in any of the matches. So it could have been cool, but it didn't do anything this time. Well, looking at this, I was thinking originally like maybe going like a Boros route because I thought we all might be leaning some black-red build. But yeah, I mean, it would have been fun to get Ori going. Not Ori, what are the other one here?
Feely.
Yeah, Philly, not Ori. Feely going. But it didn't seem as strong as the other color.
Was it curve, creature count, removal, synergy?
Yeah, removal would be a big one.
Yeah.
Just some synergies too. It seemed like the strongest colors with the black, red, green, or whatever combo we made of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was you guys all the viewers have saw me versus Unlimited Splash the first match. And I had some strong starts, and then I didn't draw much after that.
Specifically, I got extremely lucky repeatedly against you.
I had some fast beatdowns at the beginning, and then I just started little land flooding, and Unlimited drew just heat after heat after that after those turns.
Just every big creature in my deck.
Yes, I was like, I had you. That first game was just like, a couple more hits.
Awesome. Well, GG's, Axel.
Yes, good games. They were all fun games.
All right, so that was Axel's build, and on to Cam.
Hey, everybody. Shout out to Splash for putting on this event. So it's really interesting seeing all the ways that we built. All four of us built completely differently. I went with a Splash, this being an unlimited Splash channel, and it's interesting to see what I included and why. I included the long-bodied gray dogs because we know everybody's pool, and long-bodied gray dog can block Dreaded Bat Cloud, which is going to be a threat if you don't have a way to remove it, and there's not a lot of removal in this pool. It can also get a counter on it and then chump with Warg Tactics or with Golem and chump Smog and kill him. And I figured most people would be playing Smog. Also, for the same reason Avalanche said, I'm playing Inside Information. Normally I wouldn't consider it a good card, but we know everybody's pool. And Avalanche got it off against me once and won the game. And then the third game, I think I got it off against him. So either side that played Inside Information ended up winning the game. So, and then I played both Warg Tactics because there's such few removal in the pool. I knew if I could blank one of them, it would be really, really good. And then I played a Giant's Boulder, both to support the Sylvan Reveler Splash and to act as a late game removal as well for something like Bayhorn. Sylvan Reveler came in clutch against Avalanche in the second game. I was able to just send her in. He pretty much had to block her, which she died, and then I played a land and used her landfall ability to bring her back and keep drawing cards. Between that and the Thror's map to draw cards, I was able to keep gas in my hand. Getting overrun is really the problem with this deck. I didn't play the two Night Howl Pursuers because I was just going for a late game build entirely. So I want to take control of the game and go for late game, get rid of my opponent's hand with the Stony Voice Goblins, and then throw counters on them with Bayhorn. So yeah, that's the deck, and that's why I made the decisions I made. And I think all the games went really well and were quite interesting. So thanks again to Splash for throwing this event.
Awesome. Yeah, Kim, I think you had the closest games. Actually, I don't know how exactly how Axel and Avalanche's second match went, but I think you had consistently the closest games. It sounded like you had 6 close games basically across 2 matches.
If you consider our last game close, I'd say 5 close games.
Okay.
I think you trounced me in that last one. But yeah, that's correct.
I got basically the perfect curve out, and it's interesting. I actually thought with my sideboard logic that your deck would be clunkier, like more 4-drops, maybe playing some, I don't know, like Bowside Wanderers or something, some like of the bigger payoffs. It's interesting that you're not playing Great Ugly Looking Goblin, Duskwatch Hunter, maybe the Gnashing of Teeth, some of like the like upper end stuff. I'm not at all saying it's wrong. It's just really revealing that I played 3 games against you and still had the misapprehension that your deck would be like several steps slower than it actually is.
That just falls down to the draw, I think.
I see. That makes sense. Yeah, really interesting.
They were great games, though. It was fun.
Absolutely. Good games all around. All right, folks, I am thrilled to be the first official champion of the Splash Showdown. Champion number 1 is me. I am a little bit disappointed that we didn't get anyone playing the Boros build, but I mean, you heard it here. Basically, there was a very strong consensus that there was just no removal in Boros, even though we had the bombs and some synergy. But I was really pleased with how much diversity there was in deck building. And I would say, like, among informed players of Limited, as we keep doing this event, we're going to discover how much variation there really is when you get the same pool. And it's going to be a really interesting learning experience for all of us. If you do want to be part of this, you should become a member of the channel. If you click the join button right there on the channel member page and join as an expert splasher, I'll give you that role in Discord. And as long as you have an active expert splasher membership, you will be first in line for these types of events. So if you like this and want to be part of it, do consider joining as an expert splasher. Until tomorrow, have tons of fun playing Magic, and don't be afraid to splash.